Ravi had just landed in Chicago. He was visiting for a business conference, and although he had traveled before, this was his first time in the U.S. The airport was huge, full of signs, and very busy. He had planned to take a train to his hotel downtown, but after a long flight, he decided, no public transport today. I'll just grab a taxi. He followed the yellow signs that said, "Taxi Pickup," and got in line. When it was his turn, a driver stepped out of the cab and waved him over. "Where to?" the driver asked. Ravi smiled. "To the Grandview Hotel downtown, please." The driver nodded and helped him with his suitcase. "You visiting or working?" he asked as they pulled away from the airport. "I'm here for a conference. I work in tech," Ravi replied. "Ah, tech. Lot of that going on around here," the driver said with a smile. Ravi looked out the window. The highways were wide, the buildings tall. He realized that being in a car was a great opportunity to practice real English conversation. So he asked, "Is traffic always this bad?" The driver laughed. "Welcome to Chicago. Yeah, especially on Fridays. But we should be okay today." They chatted for a while. The driver told him about his favorite pizza place, a good spot for jazz music, and a park by the lake. Ravi listened carefully, asked questions, and tried to remember the names. At one point, the driver asked, "You ever been here before?" "No, first time, but it's exciting. I like cities with character." "Well, this one's full of it. Just don't go walking alone at 2 a.m. They both laughed. About 30 minutes later, the taxi reached the city center. Tall buildings, lights, people everywhere. "Almost there," the driver said. Then Ravi noticed something. "Wait, this isn't the right street. I think the hotel is on East Grand Avenue, not West Grand." The driver slowed down. "Oh, shoot, let me check." He pulled out his GPS. Yeah, you're right. My bad. I'll turn around." "No problem," Ravi said. "Happens all the time." A few minutes later, they pulled up to the correct building. The driver turned and said, "Okay, now we're really here." Ravi smiled. "Thank you, and thanks for the conversation. Any time. That'll be 42 to 50. Ravi handed him his credit card. "Can I pay with card?" "Sure thing." He paid, added a small tip, and got out. The cool evening air hit his face as he stretched his legs. He felt tired, but relaxed. That night, while unpacking in his hotel room, Ravi wrote a few things in his travel notebook, not just about the city, but about the phrases he had used and heard in the taxi. Things like, "I'd like to go to..." "Is traffic always this bad?" "Can you take me to East Grand Avenue?" "Can I pay by card?" "This isn't the right street." These were real sentences, not memorized dialogues from a textbook, but things that had come up naturally, and that made them easier to remember. He also made a list of useful expressions for the next time he'd take a taxi. "How long will it take?" "Can you go a bit faster?" "I think we missed the turn." "This looks familiar. I think we're close." "Could you drop me off here?" The next day, on the way to the conference center, Ravi decided to take another taxi. This time, he gave clear directions. "Hi, I'm going to the Skyline Convention Center. It's near the waterfront." The driver said, "Got it? Any preferred route?" "No, whatever's fastest is good." As they drove, Ravi noticed how his confidence had already grown. The small talk felt easier. He knew what to say and how to say it. When he arrived, He paid and said, "Thanks again. Have a great day." "You too?" the driver replied. Another ride, another real-life English lesson. Taxis may seem simple, but they're full of conversation opportunities. You can give directions, ask questions, make small talk, and practice staying calm when there's a mistake. You don't need to speak fast. You just need to speak clearly and be polite. Drivers are used to all kinds of passengers, and most are happy to chat. So, next time you get into a taxi, try using phrases like, "I'm going to." "How long will it take?" "Can I pay with cash or card?" "Thanks, I appreciate it." These little conversations help you become not just a better speaker, but a more confident traveler. Practice out loud, try different styles, and soon it will feel completely natural. Thank you for practicing with me today. See you in the next lesson.